Hey, Rob here for Quadratec.com. Today we're going to be walking you through the steps needed to get a set of Rock Slide Engineering step sliders along with optional light kit and skid plate installed on a 2007 to 2018 Jeep Wrangler JK. Now you're going to need a few tools to get this job done. You're going to need a drill, an impact driver will come in handy. You're also going to need a set of drill bits. You'll need a torque wrench. You may need a centering bar, a panel tool, a razor knife. You're going to need an 18mm socket, a 1/2 inch socket, a 10mm socket. You'll also need a 7/16 wrench and a 1/2 inch wrench. If they happen to be ratcheting wrenches, well, they're going to make the job a lot easier for you. First thing we need to do is go ahead and remove the two 10mm bolts on the pinch seam right here at the front on the driver's side. Now we can go ahead and loosen up the 3 body mounting bolts using an 18mm socket. We don't need to completely remove them, just loosen them up enough so that we have some play in this washer, enough to slide in our new mounting brackets. Now our Jeep actually has a long arm suspension on here, so our 3rd body mounting bolt towards the rear is a little blocked from us using a socket. If you have a factory suspension, you're going to have easy access. We're going to have to use a wrench to get this one loose. So with our 3 body mount bolts loose, now we can go ahead and install the new mounting brackets. You're going to get 3 mounting brackets per side. You're going to get a long mounting bracket, a medium length mounting bracket, and finally a short and also taller mounting bracket. Now starting from the rear, the longest bracket we'll install first by simply slipping the bracket between the washer and the head of the bolt. Then we can install the medium bracket in the middle body mount, and finally the shortest bracket we'll install up at the front mounting bolt. Now we're going to leave all of those loose at this time. We'll come back and then tighten them once we have the side steps installed. Next up, we can go ahead and test fit our bump strip. Now this will fit right on the lower portion of the rocker on the body of our Jeep, just below the body line here. You want to test fit that. There's a notch here that will locate it with the seam on the body, and you'll want to position it just under where the body rolls at the rocker. Once you're comfortable with knowing where you're going to position that, we can go ahead and set it aside, grab a couple alcohol pads, and we're going to clean off that area. And once our rocker is thoroughly cleaned, we can go ahead and peel off the VHB tape and adhere the bump strip into place on the rocker. Now before we install the step slider onto the pinch weld, you want to make sure you go ahead and grab the wire harness for the motor and pull it out through the access hole on the backside of the mounting flange. Then we can go ahead and install the step slider through the holes in the pinch weld. Once in place, it should hang on its own so that we can go ahead and start installing the hardware. So the 6 studs that are pre-installed on the step sliders that install through the holes in the pinch weld are actually 2 different sizes. So you're going to be using 2 1/4-20 lock nuts and 4 5/16-18 lock nuts along with the corresponding stainless steel washers. Now the smaller 1/4-20 lock nuts will install on the 2nd stud when moving from the front of the vehicle in the 1st window, as well as the 2nd stud found in the 2nd window back moving towards the rear of the vehicle. Your larger 5/16-18 lock nut will install on the 1st stud in the 1st window, the 1st stud on the 2nd window, and finally on both studs found through the 3rd window back. You can tighten up those 1/4-20 lock nuts with a 1/2 inch wrench, and you can tighten those 5/16 lock nuts with a 7/16 wrench. So now that we have those 6 lock nuts loosely installed on the mounting studs through the pinch weld, we can go ahead and install 12 of the 5/16-18 by 1 inch hex head bolts into the bottom of our step slider, aligning the slider with the mounting plates that we installed on the body mounts a little bit earlier. Now you want to be sure that you use one of the yellow SAE washers with each one of those bolts, and we're only going to install these about halfway just to simply align those mounting plates with the step sliders. Now once everything has been started, we can go back and fully tighten down those lock nuts on the pinch weld first. Then we can come back and fully tighten the 12 hex head bolts connecting the sliders to those mounting brackets. And then finally, we need to go back and tighten down those 3 body mounting bolts, being sure to tighten those to 80 foot-pounds each. And finally, we can go ahead and reinstall one of our factory bolts in the forwardmost location on the pinch weld. So now that we've got the driver's side installed, we went ahead and got the passenger side steps installed as well. And at this point, we're ready to begin the wiring harness install. Now, one of the really nice parts about installing the Rockslide power steps is that the wiring is a totally plug-and-play job. So you're not doing any cutting or splicing to any of your factory wiring found in your Jeep. It's a two-part harness that we need to install. The first piece is this small harness here that basically is going to connect to the positive and negative terminals on our battery, and then run it across the engine bay and through our firewall, where we'll make our connection to the second part of the harness. Now that harness will run through the inside of our Jeep to the door jambs, and that's where we're going to be installing some sensors to trigger the steps to drop down when you open and close your door. Now before you install this harness, it's always a good idea to go ahead and remove this fuse, and then we'll just set that aside while we're installing it. That way we don't run the risk of shorting anything out while it's connected. When we're finished up the install, we can come back and install that fuse later. We're going to go ahead and get those terminals off our battery using a 10mm socket. So at this point, we've got our first part of the harness ran through the firewall, and we've got it resting down here in the driver's side footwell, and the rest of our wiring's all done inside the Jeep. I went ahead and removed the doors just to make it a little easier to get some access here. Of course, you don't need to do that. It's just going to make the job a little bit easier. We need to go ahead and remove all of our interior door trim running down the door sill, both in the driver's door, along the B-pillar here, to give us access to run the wiring, and we're going to fold some of the carpet back as well. Now, the rest of the wiring harness looks long and intimidating, but I promise you it's a very simple install here. We're actually going to start in the back of the Jeep and run this first leg of the wiring harness forward underneath of all the trim that we went ahead and removed. And that's where we can go ahead and make our first connection to the first part of the harness we installed in the engine bay. The other leg of that harness has 3 terminals that are actually going to plug into the override switch. And that switch gets mounted into its own bracket here that piggybacks on top of the door check strap bracket. Now you'll use a 10mm socket to loosen those 2 bolts. You can go ahead and slip that bracket in place and tighten them back down. And then again, using that 10mm socket, we're going to loosen the existing ground bolt found inside the driver's footwell and make our ground connection. So at this point, we've got all the connections made up in the front of the Jeep, and now we're ready to move on to the rear of the Wrangler. So the rest of the harness that we have back here is basically going to be divided into 2 halves. One half is going to remain here on the driver's side, while the second half is actually going to be run underneath of the carpet, underneath the rear seat, over to the passenger side. Now, of the harness that's going to stay here on the driver's side, we're going to have 4 connectors here. You're going to have 2 smaller white connectors that are non-insulated, and then you're going to have 2 larger black weather pack style connectors. Now, these smaller white non-insulated connectors are going to remain inside of the Jeep, and these are going to run up the B-pillar and the C-pillar respectively to just underneath of your door latches, and that's where these are going to be connected to the door switch sensors that are going to trigger the steps to drop down when you open each door. Now you're going to have one wire with a yellow and orange wire. That's going to run up to the B-pillar, and then your orange and purple wire is going to be run back here to the C-pillar on the rear door latch. We can go ahead and grab 2 of the magnetic sensors. We're going to need to grab an alcohol wipe, clean the back side of the sensor, as well as clean the door jamb area just underneath of the door latch. Then we can adhere the double-sided tape and stick those sensors in place, finally connecting the wire harness together. Now once you have the sensors connected, we can go ahead and pull back the carpet where we can remove the drain plug. And we're going to cut a small slice into that drain plug and feed both of the black weather pack style connectors through that drain plug. And then we're going to fish those wires down through the floor of the Jeep underneath and reinstall that drain plug in place. Now we're not going to connect those weather pack connectors at this time. We're going to just leave those underneath the Jeep for the moment, and we can move over and finish up our wiring on the passenger side. So we went ahead and got everything buttoned up over on the driver's side. We reinstalled all of our interior trim panels, and then we moved over to the passenger side and basically repeated the whole procedure. As you can see, we've already got our door sensors mounted just below the latches here on the B and C pillar. The last step to go ahead and do here on the passenger side is to go ahead and connect the control unit to the wiring harness, and that's going to plug in right here. And then I like to secure this with a little bit of double stick tape on the backside. We're going to tuck it up underneath the rear seat as the floor kind of slopes up. Should keep it nice and protected out of harm's way back there. Once you have that connected, we can move back under the Jeep and go ahead and make those connections on both the driver and passenger steps with the harness that we drop down through the drain plugs. And then finally, we can go ahead and get our door magnets installed on the inside of the door jamb of each door. Now those may take a little bit of adjustment to get them in the right position to line up just over top of each door sensor. So once you have them moved around in the proper position, then we can go ahead and pull off that double-sided tape on the back of the magnet and firmly secure them in place. And finally, the last step is, of course, not to forget to go ahead and reinstall that fuse under the hood to finish up your wiring. Now with the steps powered on, we can drop them down so that we have access to the lower pinch seam so that we can go ahead and reinstall one of the bolts that we originally removed before we began the installation. Now once you've got all your magnets in the proper positions, you should be able to go around the Jeep and verify the correct operation of the steps by opening and closing each individual door. Once you've done that, well, that completes the installation of your Rock Slide step sliders. Now if you've purchased any of the optional accessories as well, like the LED light strips, their installation is very easy because we've already done all the wiring necessary. Now to install the LED light strips, you're simply going to want to open up the driver's side or passenger side door. Once the steps are in the down position, go ahead and turn off that override switch that's installed in the driver footwell. Now by doing that with these steps extended, it's going to lock them into that position so that you can then close the doors without fear of the steps trying to raise back into the closed position. We'll simply go ahead and peel the 3M double stick tape backing from the back side of the LED light strip, feed the lights behind the gussets of the step sliders, and then adhere them right to the body of the Jeep on the lower rocker portion. That's going to put them at the perfect angle to shine through the opening of the step sliders and illuminate the step at night. Now as far as the wiring, you're just going to want to fish that through the opening on the back side of the step slider and then plug it into the weather pack connector that we left hanging below the Jeep when we were doing our wiring a little bit earlier. With the wiring installed for your lights, that may complete your installation. However, if you're installing the optional skid plates like we are, you do have a few more steps to complete. Now, those skid plates sandwich on the outside of the step slider and they secure in place using the lower 12 mounting bolts. But before we can do that, we also need to go ahead and remove this Rock Slide logo attached to the step slider so that the skid plate can sit flush up against the step. To do that, we'll go ahead and grab a drill and simply drill out those 2 rivets. Then we can get that logo plate out of the way. Then we can go ahead and remove those 12 lower bolts. And we can slip the skid plate into place. We may need to use a centering bar to realign those holes, get all 12 bolts started first, and then we can run back through and tighten them all down. Now that completes the install of our Rock Slide step sliders along with optional light kit and skid plate on our 2007 to 2018 Jeep Wrangler JK. Of course, the last step is to go ahead and verify that everything's working correctly. And with that, I think we're ready to go out and hit some trails. Now, if you guys want to get any more information or purchase a set of the Rock Slide step sliders for your Jeep, you can click that info button to head over to Quadratec.com. Of course, if you have any comments or questions about them or how to get them installed on your Wrangler, you can always leave those for us in the comment section below or contact us directly at any of the options on the screen. And you'll definitely want to hit that subscribe button so you're sure to catch all of our latest product installs. Till next time, I'm Rob. I'll see you guys out on the trail.